Hong Kong police have insane new powers that make Hong Kong a terrifying place to be. Welcome back to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. This episode is sponsored by Surfshark. You should be using a VPN like Surfshark to protect yourself whenever you go online. Speaking of places where you'll need a VPN, Hong Kong. It's been more than a week since the national security law was put in place, and it's really so much worse than we could have imagined. I know I say that every time I talk about this law, because it somehow just keeps getting worse, like the Star Wars movies. Mainland Chinese officials have already set up a new office in Hong Kong for the national security team.
On Wednesday, China revealed that they had converted Hong Kong's former Metro Park Hotel, with its pool and prime views of Victoria Harbour, into temporary headquarters for an office to enforce its new national security law for the city.
Yes, you can tell how confident the Chinese Communist Party is in its rule by the 10-foot-tall water barricade they had to put up to keep people out. You know, because too many people would want to celebrate the new law. But the fun doesn't stop there. Pro-democracy books are being pulled from libraries. Candidates for office are being required to support the security law. And police are now targeting protesters for holding up signs that say nothing. They're literally holding blank pieces of paper, and the police are still going after them. We made a joke about that on a recent China Unscripted podcast, and now it's not a joke. But not everything is bad news. Hong Kong leader Carrie Lam told the media that they're totally safe, as long as they 100% guarantee they won't break the national security law. Like I said, it just keeps getting worse. Like how an employee for the Epoch Times newspaper in Hong Kong said police threatened to send her to mainland China to have her organs harvested. You know, it's encouraging that organ harvesting is becoming so well known that Hong Kong police can use it as a threat. So I know what you're thinking. Hong Kong police really need more power. Well, ask and you shall receive. And if you don't ask, you shall still receive. Here are 6 insane new powers the national security law has given Hong Kong police. Number 1, police don't need warrants to enter your home. Yes, Hong Kong police no longer need a warrant to enter the homes of Hong Kong residents. In order to fight terrorism and secession, police may need to enter your home in urgent situations to search for evidence. You know what that means, right? Get rid of all your blank sheets of paper. In fact, just to be safe, you should probably paint "I love Xi Jinping" on your walls. I'm sure your landlord will understand. Number 2, they can keep you from leaving. The UK may have abandoned Hong Kong when it handed it over to China in 1997, but now they're offering a path to UK citizenship to Hong Kong residents who were alive when Hong Kong was part of the UK. That's up to 3 million people. But there's a catch. You have to actually be able to leave Hong Kong. Under the new national security law, Hong Kong police can force people to surrender their travel documents to restrict them from leaving the territory. And that's not limited to confiscating a Hong Kong passport. It includes passports from other countries as well. For example, many Hong Kongers also have British or Canadian passports, but that won't help them here. So, if you're a protester, good luck trying to escape. Number 3, police can take your money. There's lots of people in Hong Kong who are guilty of dangerous crimes, like speaking out against China's communist dictatorship. And for people suspected of crimes that may endanger national security, Hong Kong police can now freeze their assets. And what happens to those frozen assets? Well, police can confiscate them. Nothing like good old communist-style wealth redistribution into the hands of authorities. Number 4, they can censor the internet. Hong Kong protesters have used technology to really undermine the national security of Hong Kong, like by posting on Facebook. So, the Commissioner of Police is to be given powers to control the dissemination of information online. This may require a relevant publisher, platform service provider, hosting service provider, or network service providers to remove information that the authorities deem a threat to national security. They may also restrict or stop anyone from accessing such platforms. I wonder how much longer you'll be able to watch China Uncensored in Hong Kong. Number 5. Police can spy on you. Back in the day, police used to have to get a warrant or something for surveillance. But now, they don't need permission from a judge. They just need permission from Carrie Lam. Yes, upon approval of the chief executive, police may intercept communications and conduct less intrusive covert surveillance. I don't know what less intrusive means, but it sounds like police can basically spy on you and your communications as long as Carrie Lam says it's okay. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about here. And finally, number 6. Police can force companies to give them your data. Service providers like Facebook or WhatsApp now have to give police relevant identification records or decryption assistance. Any service provider who fails to comply with the requests is liable upon conviction to a fine of 100,000 Hong Kong dollars and 6 months behind bars. The national security law already gave police the power to basically search all of your electronic devices. Now, it's trying to force tech companies to give up your data as well. Now, all of this is shocking. Hong Kong is becoming Shanghai. Actually, the real danger is that Hong Kong is skipping over Shanghai and going straight to Tibet or Xinjiang. But what's really shocking is Facebook, Google, and Twitter are actually standing up to Hong Kong authorities on this issue. For now. Yes, for now, most of the world's major internet and social media platforms have stopped processing requests for user data made by Hong Kong law enforcement authorities. That also includes Telegram and WhatsApp, which are 2 of the most popular communication apps used by Hong Kong protesters. Has the Chinese Communist Party perhaps finally gone so far that even their most loyal sycophants, Western companies, are having second thoughts? Well, to be on the safe side, if you're in Hong Kong, you should probably be using a VPN to protect yourself whenever you go online. I recommend Surfshark, and not just because this episode has been sponsored by Surfshark, but also because the Hong Kong and Beijing governments can now watch everything you do, since you're basically in mainland China now. But of course, besides protecting your identity, there's another advantage to using a VPN. You can access websites that are only available in other countries. For example, let's say you want to watch a movie that the Communist Party really, really hates, like 7 Years in Tibet, starring Brad Pitt, which shows Tibet as an independent country. Well, you can't get it on Netflix in Hong Kong or the US. So, use Surfshark to switch your location to Australia, refresh, and there it is. In fact, there's tons of TV shows and movies that you can only watch if you're logged into Netflix in another country by using a VPN like Surfshark. Try out Surfshark now with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And Surfshark has a special discount for China Uncensored fans. Go to surfshark.com/uncensored and use the code UNCENSORED to get 85% off a 2-year plan and 3 extra months for free. Click the link below. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.